Welcome back. It's that time again. The golden hour is upon us. Who's ready for a Maui fix? I don't know about you, but I am. It's been a beautiful day. I did a live earlier at the Ali'i and had some major microphone issues, so if you were there for me on that one, I apologize. Back to the old, good old faithful here, but at any rate, I tried my best. But thanks for hanging in there with me during that little experiment in audio perfection, but of course it was a little bit of an epic fail. So anyway, we're just going to keep trying, right? If there's one thing in life I've learned, if you don't succeed, just try again. It'll happen eventually. Just got to keep the faith. But if you're new to the channel, I'm all about teaching you everything there is to know about Hawaii and its real estate. There's so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start because there's so much going on. It's just crazy. But let's start with the most important thing, the beauty of Maui. That's right. And I'm going to give you a quick update on what's happening. Of course, my little buddy's there. He's waiting. See that? He's just stretching before the big one-wheel run. But here we are at the beautiful Kalama Park. The sun's getting ready to do its thing. We've got all kinds of people out here just having a great time. Check it out. Family memories being made. People hanging out. These people here just cracked a bottle of wine because it is Maui time. Yes, got little toes in the sand, drinking the hand. Like seriously, like they are living the motto right now as we speak. Checking out the golden hues of the sunset through their plastic wine cups. And yeah, I think we're going to have another one of those beautiful Kihei sunsets. The sun is kind of hiding out on us. But right now, check out the people just having a great time. Everyone's in the park. And I guess what I really want to show guys for some reason, I don't know why, but just it feels like the hustle and bustle of Maui post-COVID is just here. Right? Everyone's having a good time. There's no more weirdness. It's just life feels normal. Like for one of the first times in a long time, it just feels normal. And that's good. That's what I like. Because you know what? We had enough weirdness for too long. Right? Was it just too much for too long? Hit me in the comments if you agree. And there's no better place to get back to normal than Maui. Because there's nothing normal about Maui. If you know what I'm saying. What do I mean by that? Best lifestyle on earth because you can enjoy the first south swell of the year and get out there and tear up some waves, which we've been doing a lot of lately. And yes, there's good surfing in Kihei, especially for the south swells. So this is Cove Park right down here. Sorry about the up close situation, but that's Cove Park down there where a lot of people learn to surf. And this whole little coastline up from Cove Park is really fun. And just this whole area is just recreation central. Like down here, you've got the kids, check it out, doing some skating, roller hockey. Oh, isn't that cool? Right? So I'm just gonna show you around. We're gonna check out some of the nightlife. You know, we've got an area down here in Kihei called, hang on a second, called the Devil's Triangle. It's where all the bars are. Going to show you what that looks like tonight, but let's get back to the good stuff here, which of course is this beautiful sunset. And I think it's just going to go epic. There goes a drone taking off right now. But what do you say? Should we hop on the one wheel real quick and just cruise around, check it out, have some good times? I'm ready for some good times. I don't know about you. It feels like an Aloha Friday, but it's not. It is an Aloha Wednesday. These guys are chilling, having a good time. No matter what, people are always on their iPhones. It's all good. I'm on my iPhone, but I just drove past this. I was showing some condos at Maui Kamaole, and I looked over at the pool, and there's like all these people at the pool, and I think every single one of them was on a phone. I'm like, they traveled halfway across the ocean to sit in this beautiful resort and stare at their iPhone. But it's all good. It's all good, man. I like it too. Don't get me wrong. I'm an iPhone guy. I'm a phone guy. Of course, that's how I make my living. On the phone. It's all good. All right, guys. Here we go. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it right now. We're going to get on my little buddy right here. I'm that crazy realtor that cruises around, shows you what's happening from the smooth video that can only be found with a gimbal, an iPhone 12, and a one wheel. And a microphone that hopefully is working today. So for all you youngins, you skaters, we got a pretty nice little skate park. And the big wall is open again now, the big 10-foot drop or an 8-foot drop. But that's a pretty good time in there. I prefer surfing myself because when you fall, you don't crack your head open or break a shin or whatever, but it's definitely good times for the skaters. The skating scene here is pretty vibrant. There's a skate park basically in every town. Lahaina town, Kihei town, Hana side, over in Kahului. Lots of skating going on here. Good thing to keep the kids active. Now, what I want to do actually is I want to head over, well, I want to head down the coast a little ways, but before we do that, we're going to come over here to the beautiful whale. Trying to keep we do have some nice trade winds happening today, which keeps things nice and cool. And then we're getting over here to the Devil's Triangle, right? And they're getting nutty over there already. Sounds like some karaoke, huh? Life's a beach, man. Hit me in the comments if you've ever had yourself a little party at Life's a Beach, because when you're on Maui, life is a beach. But hang on, I'm trying to figure out, oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys the whale. Hang on. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool little aspect down here in Kihei, right across from Paia Fish Market, one of the best little eateries. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Karaoke is pretty bad at the moment. That's after a tequila shot or two for sure. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna head back down to the water, and then we're gonna show you Devil's Triangle and some of the stuff going on, some of the nightlife happening. And I'm getting my land surf on right now. I didn't bring my truck down today for my showings, but normally I would actually have my surfboards in my truck. But look at the amount of cars here in the parking lot. We actually got a little softball or a bait happening over here. Pretty sweet, huh? Dink! Knocks it out of the park. Not quite, but baseball is really big on Maui. Really big. So we got that happening right now. Thank goodness it's safe to do that outside. Can you believe they shut down all those sports for all that time? Crazy. Okay, back to the important stuff. The sunset. I wouldn't, hey man, I know this is a Maui fix. I would not avert my responsibilities of showing you the beauty of the sunset and the ocean. Even though it's gonna be a little bit breezy, and I don't quite have my microphone situation totally figured out. There we go. So just to orientate you, Kalama Park in Kihei, looking towards the West Maui Mountains right there. Oh yeah, it's getting really windy now. But I just wanted to point out over here we've got some nice tennis courts. If you're into a pickup game, great place to meet people and play some tennis. And of course, if I were to continue on this little sidewalk here, I would end up on Kalama Street. Kalama Street is right here. It's where Kalama Street terminates, right there. So some great oceanfront homes. And across the street from oceanfront homes there on Kalama Street. So a lot of people will ask me, hey Eric, really, is it all about the west side with you? Is the west side the best side? What's the difference between Lahaina, the south side, Kihei versus Lahaina? I know that's one of those hotly debated topics. It all just depends on really who you talk to. And a lot of times the realtor, if you're talking to a realtor, they're just going to try to sell you on whatever part of the island they're selling their real estate on. That's why I kind of try to stay a little bit neutral on the topic. Of course, I do say the west side is the best side, and I do live on the west side, so I gotta own that. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with Kihei at all. I mean, zero. It's just you gotta live somewhere, right? You can't live in both places. But every time I come down here, which is about, 3 or 4 times a week, I really like the vibe, man. It's got some of the most beautiful sunsets. It does have waves in the summer, so I'm going to give it that, but I will admit, Kihei, you struggle a little bit in the wintertime. You don't get the north wrap. So I like my north wrap. I like my waves in the winter. So I think Lahaina kind of owns you in that department. I love the historic town of Lahaina. I think that's pretty unique. Kihei to me is kind of shopping malls-ish, whereas, Lahaina, old school whaling town, that's just like, I don't know, man, that's pretty cool. So it's sort of like, like your kids, right? You don't really have a favorite kid. They're all amazing, they're all special, they're all different, they're all unique, and that's kind of how I feel about Kihei versus Lahaina, man. They're both amazing, they're both different. If I had to pick one, obviously I did. I picked the west side, but that doesn't mean that anything wrong with the south side at all, man. And the sunsets down here, I got to admit, are pretty epic. I don't know why, the angle, I don't know, it just seems like every time I come down here, they're kind of popping off. Now this time of year, you can see we're directly over Lanai, so they've got the Lanai problem for a certain part of the year, at least from Kalama Park. And that's the big thing on the west side. We got Lanai kind of blocking the ball hitting the water there. But I think I had a client ask me this today. Actually, it's why on the top of my mind. But I said, I ended up going to Lahaina because I have 4 kids and they wanted to go to high school. I wasn't quite ready to crack out, like $500,000 for private school, right? You do the math, okay, real quick. $20,000 a year, 4 kids for 4 years or more. It's a lot of cash. Lahaina Luna got a high school. Kihei is just building one right now, so good job, Kihei. Way to build a high school like a century after Lahaina gets one. But that's all right, it's coming. It's going to be the most expensive high school, I think, built in the country. That's your Hawaiian politics at work. I don't know how many pockets are getting lined for that job, but $14 million crosswalk 4-way roundabout for $14 million bucks? Are you kidding me? Like, what are you gonna have some gold bricks? You're gonna hand out gold bricks as people go by? Get your $14 million right here. But whatever. You know what I'm saying. I had to live on the west side because we wanted to be Lahaina Luna people because there was no other options. Didn't want my kids to have to travel all the way to central Maui, Kahului, or Wailuku for high school. So that was a big consideration, don't get me wrong. It's all about the kids, man, in the end. And of course, my son is graduating in a few weeks, valedictorian of Lahaina Luna High School, so that's pretty cool. Good job, Colton. Love you, buddy. That's an accomplishment. 4.0 and change. That's because he took a lot of AP courses and college courses and just nailed all of them. So it's kind of a photographic, cool-looking shot there, isn't it? Well, guys, I think the sunset is just going to creep behind these clouds, and it's going to be pau. That's our Hawaiian word for the day. Pau means it'll be over, finished, done. Pauhana means done working. Pauhana. You'll see a beer called Pauhana because you drink that basically when you're done working. And let's check in on the ladies that are having their little poo-poos and cocktails and wine on the beach over here. There's a little piece of beach right here, Kalama Park. There they are. Good times, man. Good times. So again, if you enjoy the video, love a share, likes, subscribe. Can never ask for that YouTube favor often enough. What keeps the channel going. And of course, if you haven't checked out some of my gear, I don't push it that often, man. But ericwestmaui.com, you can check it out. Got some new merch, some new swag. Check it out. ericwestmaui.com, easy to remember. Supports the channel. Man, I don't know, Karen. We're gonna get some Karen Hall tonight? I don't know. It's possible. But I'm kind of excited to show you guys the nightlife scene, man. We're gonna go out and check all the people drinking here in just a minute. Maybe catch some live music, I don't know. Get some skateboarding here. It's carving. Get a one wheel, way more fun. Okay, anyway. Just a beautiful, beautiful sunset. The outside temperature right now couldn't be more than or less than a 78, I don't know. Very nice air temperature. Had a little bit of rain just came through Maui, so the water's a little chopped out, a little browned out, a little grayed out. Big swell churning up the water. The waves are still pumping. A guy just took off on this wave. Hang on a second. Hang on, where is he? Where'd he go? There he is. Can you see him? Just got closed out on. Pretty serious little surf action though, man. It might not look like much on your screen, but let me tell you, it's some big action out there. I was just in some double overhead, just getting worked. Of course, I've been doing my Wim Hof lately, right? If you guys haven't done Wim Hof, you got to, man. The breathing. And now when I get held down underwater, I'm like, oh, this is nothing. I can do like 4-minute holds now with Wim Hof. So when I go down on the surf, it's like, it's pretty cool now. If you haven't checked that out, a little cold water therapy. Thank you, Jason, for pointing me in that direction. Trying to get the sunset going. All right, guys, let's go on our little adventure here, shall we? Again, I'm the crazy realtor on Maui with the one wheel. You guys all know the routine. We cruise around, we have a good time, we never know what's gonna happen. And this is my recreation for the day. Ooh, I don't know, man. Do I leave the sunset now, or is this right when it's gonna blow up? You just never know, right? You never know when it's just gonna completely have an explosion of Maui color, and magical molecules will just start flowing from the palm trees, just inspiring you to buy those plane tickets and purchase some real estate before it gets astronomical New York, LA style pricing. Because for a long time, man, for a long time you could buy something a heck of a lot cheaper here than you could like down in Redondo Beach. Well, maybe Redondo is still more expensive, I don't know. But ask yourself a question. Should a condo be more on Maui or Redondo Beach? I don't know, man. I feel like we got it. I feel like we edged out Southern California in a lot of ways. Oh, let me count the ways. All right, so I'm back into this wind situation. Let's turn around. Man, we got a lot of electrical vehicles flying around here. This e-bike just flew past me at like 25 miles an hour. Okay, guys, I'm gonna back off on that sunset. If I see something crazy exploding, we'll definitely head back. But I'm gonna take you for a quick tour through Kalama Park, and then we're gonna head over and check out the people getting drunk and dining. And of course, if you're thinking about moving here, look me up. Love to help any way I can. I even help people. I don't do rentals, but I'll tell people the best way to get a rental, and that's not easy right now. But this is an opportunity for you to see some of the recreational opportunities and just the general hangout vibe, because this is likely where you're going to come with your kids or with your family. Hey, look, man. Another one-wheeler. Oh, he's going to make me look bad because I can't do that move. I just did it once before, and I did what's called a nosedive because I'm kind of a bigger guy. So I'm walking my one wheel. I learned my lesson. I don't want to nosedive when I'm on a YouTube live. Well, hang on a second. This is a good opportunity to look at the crazies over here. They're getting nutty, huh? Uh-oh. Are they drinking alcohol in a public facility? Oh, yeah. I won't say nothing, though. It's all good. Maui's pretty chill. I think this just opened up. They just rebuilt it, so nice to see everyone's back having a good time at the skate park. Okay, we shall continue the evening Kihei flow. And of course, guys, if there's anything you want to shout out, you are the most aloha-infused audience on planet Earth, and so we're always promoting our local businesses and helping our fellow audience members learn as much as they can. So if there's anything you want to share about this area, about restaurants, the park, anything, man. Anything at all whatsoever. Don't be shy. Comments are all about community. Community is all about sharing. Sharing is caring. Tell us, what's your favorite beach park and why? I know some of you guys are like, hey, it's all about Charlie Young. No, it's Cam 3, no? Kiava Kapu. It's got to be Kiava Kapu, man. Kiava Kapu or death. Of course, that's the beach park with the 20, 30, 40 million dollar homes on it. That's a good one. Or maybe you're a big beacher, or maybe you're a little beacher. Uh-oh, better watch out for those little beach people. By the way, I just found out my kids just went and surfed Little Beach, and they said there's now a gate to get into Little Beach. You know where it kind of goes around the corner? There's like a gate to get up to it. And they also have signs that say, no, this is not a nude beach. You must wear clothing. And my kids are like, yeah, they were still all naked. So good job, government. Way to try to just squash a very kind of whatever, you know, what's the big deal, man? It's not the end of the world. Chang's Beach also, clothing optional on Maui. It's no big deal, man. It's a very hard place to get to, and it's isolated, and you know, it's not the end of the world. Go to Europe, man. Go to, you know, go to Copenhagen, Denmark. There's a lot of not clothing going on there. It's not the end of the world, people. Okay. Little volleyball action. Okay, you're probably wondering, wait a second, Eric. I thought you were a Christian. What are you talking about? Nudity is okay. I was also raised in Europe. You know, moved there when I was 6 weeks old. And, you know, Europeans are just different, man. They're just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't think it's the end of the world. Peace, love, and joy. It's not hurting nobody. In an appropriate setting, right? Not just walking down South Kihei Road, hanging out your junk, but you know, nice little private beach somewhere, Marbella. Used to go to Marbella all the time, went to Marbella when I was, you know, 13 years old. I'm walking around going, Dad, wow, they don't do this in in America. He's like, no son, they don't. Have a seat. Just kidding. But anyway, here we go. Anyone been to Marbella before? How about Gibraltar? Oh man, how about let's go surfing? Yes, this guy's ripping it up. Oh, he just wiped out, darn it. I think, okay, we got a ripper over here.
Dude, you haven't called me, bro. I mean, call me. I'd love to help you out, man.
Okay, hang on, we got a pretty good scene happening here. Look at the numbers here, people just chilling on the bridge. Man, this is quite the scene right here. I feel like I'm in Venice. We're down on the Strand in Redondo. Hermosa. How's it? Pretty nice, huh? So this is the Cove Park. So if you're gonna move here and you're gonna teach your kids how to surf, this is where they're gonna learn. This is the spot. Oh, sorry guys. There we go. Nice, huh? Now that's what the youth should be doing, in my opinion. Forget the phones, forget the video games, go get into the salt life, man. Hit the waves. A little salt behind the ears, the stoke factor kicking in, the exercise, the connection with nature. That's what it's all about, man. Change your world. Oh. You can see the sunset afterglow happening a little bit, but we didn't get the big explosion, but that's all right. Got a nice little patch of beach right here. Didn't know if you knew about that little patch. Definitely got the smell of some herb in the air. It's a little Maui, Maui regular smell. That brings up our next Hawaiian word for the day, pakalolo. I'm not a user myself, but hey man, again, each to his own. There we go. Oh man, we jumped off that one. All right, shall we head into Kihei and just check out the scene a little bit? Let's do it. If you're just joining the live, I'm down here in Kihei, Maui, Hawaii, coming to you live. The update video, show you what's going on, the numbers, the amount of people, the non-mask wearing. The normalness has returned. We've been talking a little bit about the difference between Lahaina and Kihei. Hit me in the comments with your insight, your opinion. What's your favorite and why? Let's get the conversation started. Could be some people out there right now watching this video thinking, I might want to move to Kihei, I might want to move to Lahaina, or hey, what's your opinion about Wailuku, the other side, Kahului, Paia, upcountry? What's your favorite? What's your opinion? For vacation, for life? And you can see the trade winds are hitting this microphone pretty hard right now. My apologies. I'm working on it. So this is the building, the Island Surf. There's a listing in here right now. But you got to read the disclosure. They're doing some potential work on the columns of the building, so that could be a pretty big assessment, turning off a lot of folks. But in case you were wondering where the Island Surf is at, now you know. Oh man, kind of getting crushed by this little sidewalk situation. Okay, so now we're making our way, we're cruising down South Kihei Road. And we're just gonna check out some of the scene where it's all happening. So guys, as I head into this zone, I know a lot of you have got some opinions on the best place to eat. Like I just passed the best, almost wiped out, the best food truck, according to my kids, Jorgitos, right next to this 76. So if you've eaten at Jorgitos and you think it's the best food truck, let me know. Jorgitos. Kihei Cafe right here. And we got some island jam. Ohana Seafood Bar and Grill. Chez Fifi. All right, we're heading in. We're going into the bowels of the Kihei scene right here. Threes. All right, guys, what do you think? Thumbs up on threes? Thumbs down? Comments? Feedback? Love it? Hate it? Recommend it? Talk to me, people. Threes. Okay. You know the routine. I'm going to hit each one of these places, and then you're going to hit me in the comments if you feel like it. If you're in the mood, share your opinion. I've got mine. But you know me, I'm a pretty positive guy, so I don't talk trash about too much stuff. Got some body piercing. Some tattoo. Come to Maui, get yourself tattooed. All right, we're going to head around the corner here. Of course, right now I'm at Kalama Village. This is that little mall thing where they have all these vendors set up inside. Very popular. Of course, they're all shut down now for the evening sesh. Well, no, there's a few open. I'm sorry. There's a few open. My apologies. All right, so here we're getting into the Devil's Triangle. I don't know, that's what they called it when I first moved here. I don't know if they still call it that or not, but the Dog Duck Irish pub right there. Oh, I can smell the alcohol from here. So that's an Irish pub. Next to that, again, guys, if you have an experience with these establishments, let me know. Kahale's Maui local dive bar. What's your favorite? Who mixes the best drinks? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? I like the name, local dive bar. Now when I first moved here, there was a nightclub over here, but it's shut down. I'll show you where it was. It's not there anymore though. Here's What Ails You Tap House. Kind of a cool name. What Ails You. Hey, aloha. So the dog and duck. You guys have to remember, man, I got 4 kids. I've been married for 20 odd years. I don't go to the bars anymore. But back in the day, I could have probably told you about each one of these places. Okay, we got the Tiki Lounge, South Shore Tiki Lounge. And then over here, I can smell the barbecue coming off of Fat Daddy's Smokehouse. That just smells good right there. Now the little nightclub, dance club was right here when I first moved here. Now it's something else. It's called, maybe it's open again, Vibe Nightclub. But that was like a little, they had a little dance floor. Yeah, they don't have a little dance floor anymore, but they used to have like this little tiny dance floor. When I first moved here, I was like, you're kidding me. This is all you got, like 8 square feet? But anyway. Okay, now that's a little restaurant, King's Barbecue. They're not open at the moment. And then of course, probably the cornerstone party pub right here, Life's a Beach.
That's the only thing I was worried about.
All right, guys, there it is. Life's a Beach, huh? Classic, right? Right next to Fat Daddy's. Over here, of course, is your food land. That's where you're going to want to buy all your groceries to restock the next morning for your bacon and fat that you'll need to recharge the system after one too many pina coladas or whatever it is you're imbibing in these days. This used to be, believe it or not, like a little sex store. They went out of business during COVID, which is surprising, right? You'd think they would have flourished, but but anyway, they're out. That was like the raciest thing on all of Maui, literally. That's one thing I do like about Hawaii. We don't have a bunch of like seedy areas or strip joints or weird stuff like that. You know, that's nice. That always blows my mind. We go back to the mainland. These whole sections of town that are basically like prostitution districts. Okay, here's Paya Fish Market, of course, one of my favorite all-time, epic. You cannot go wrong. This is some of the best ono grinds you'll ever taste. Aloha to you, Marlon. I know you're in there probably working your butt off. All right, guys, and here we are, Kihei, Kalama. This is some of those vendors I was telling you about. Coffee roasters. Good times, man, good times. All this smell of food is making my mouth water. All right, guys, well, hey, it's been fun. It's been exciting as always. Thanks so much for joining me on this little epic adventure for another Maui fix. Hopefully you got your fix. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a great time. As always, that's what it's all about, right? Maui is about having fun. If there's one thing I've learned about life is you can never not have enough fun. So no matter what you do today or tomorrow, make sure it includes having fun, putting a smile on your face, making someone laugh. And don't take yourself too seriously and spread the aloha. Thanks guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I shall return. I don't know where, I don't know when. Literally, I never know. But I can promise you one thing. It'll be from the most beautiful place on earth, in my humble opinion. Maui, Hawaii. And one last thing. Don't forget to end it on some shave ice. You don't have to have that clean of a diet. Put a little sugar in the system. Remember, you get a lot further in life. At least this is what my wife has taught me. honey. Attracts, you know, what is it? I forget what the saying is, but if you're sweet, you kill them with kindness, you're nice, I'm telling you, life will just go so much better. So there's one thing I can share with you, be the shave ice in someone's life today. All right, guys, till next time, Eric West. Out. Ah, the button.